Yo, what's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since my last upload. Yeah, I've been busy with my 9 to 5. As some of you don't know, yes, I do have a 9 to 5 job. I'm doing this car thing as a passion. I've been, working on cars for so many years. I figured I might as well just, record that and show you guys what I love to do. So I also wanted to apologize, my voice, just recovering from cold. So if I sound somehow, my apologies for that. Talking about fixing cars, the M550i, the silver one, and the Golf GTI Autobahn, both cars are completed, good to go. So we are ready for our next review. So we're gonna go car shopping. So I'm actually looking for, a Golf, maybe 2022, 2023, or 24 Golf GTI Autobahn to see, I definitely enjoy working on those cars. I figured I might as well just upgrade the year and let's see what we can find. So let's go car shopping on IAA. All right, gentlemen. So we're on IAA right now. So this is the car I'm talking about. Is a 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI Autobahn 2.0. So this car is listed, as you can see, it's accident, transmission damage, front collision. So if you look at this, yeah, it looks like the car took a big hit. So we're gonna go over the pictures and see if we can, possibly tell the condition of the car and see if it's something we wanted to take a risk on. So this car, it's actually, will be going on auction in a couple of hours. The live auction is gonna start in a couple of hours. So yeah, currently, as you guys can see, we're currently, winning. Yeah, my max bid is $10,000. I might increase that to maybe probably $11,000. So we'll do all the calculation and see, of course, what is gonna cost to fix this car and how much it retails for. Of course, being accident car, so that's going to definitely affect the value of the car. So without further ado, so yeah, and he also has a transmission damage. So I don't know, if it's something we can salvage, how much is the replacement of a transmission and all that good stuff. So we'll take a look at that. One other thing I also noticed that IA recently started doing is, they score a vehicle based on the condition of the accident. So this one is scored 35 out of 50. So we'll take a look at that. What does that really mean? So basically 35 out of to 50 means, of course, some damage, but mostly panels are intact in the line. So yeah, basically this car is on this category. Nothing too shabby. So again, going back to this, let's take a look at the pictures. I'm going to put let's see if I can do that differently. Maybe we can actually go through it like this. So, that's interesting damage. So this also, if you can see here, the wheels, both front wheels are damaged. Yeah, I can see this one is damaged. So we're gonna replace both front wheels. I see the fenders. You can't really tell from this picture angle. Let's see. I don't think there's any other picture angle that shows the passenger side fender, but it doesn't look like it's damaged. Let's go back to see if we can go back there. Yeah, so this is the only good picture of the side of the passenger side fender. Insurance have this process where they mark X for something that needs to be replaced. In most cases, it's mostly not too bad. It's not something that we can fix. So the hood, of course, is damaged. The bumper with all the components damaged. The headlights looks like something that is survived the accident. Yeah, these things are pretty expensive. So yeah, the headlights looks okay. This side fender looks fine. Of course, the windshield needs to be replaced, and that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, there's this trim right here too. They actually, have some max there. I don't know. This is not gonna be expensive part, so I'm definitely not worried about that. And here also they're saying there could be On the rear hatch, there could be some damage here, but I don't think that's nothing we should worry about. So yeah, the car doesn't look bad. So actually, you know what? I did a little bit estimate on this car. And so with the hood, the bumper, possibly some, the bumper components, as you can see here, looks like the wiring harness might be damaged as well. Well, I guess we can't really tell at this time, right? So I'm going to add that as the cost and see altogether what makes the most sense for us. How much can we commit to get in this car? And also, another interesting things I noticed about this car is that there's no airbag, bro. All the airbags, it says here, they're all the airbags are intact. That's usually a good sign. But then if you look at this, the accident, it looks like it took a good hit. I'm kind of surprised why the airbag on the today DNA, these things when they blow, when they get a little bit of accident, the airbags always, are blown. Part of the security systems we have on today's cars. So the airbags intact, which is good for us. No roof airbag, no stern airbag. I mean, which tells me the seat belt is still fine as well. So yeah, it comes at 21,000 miles approximately, and yeah, we can hear the engine. The engine runs. I don't think if you guys can hear that. The engine runs pretty good. It sounds pretty healthy. So now here comes the big question, right? So the transmission damage. What does that really mean for us? Is this something we can fix? If we cannot fix that, how much is it going to cost to replace the transmission? So I actually did a little bit of research on this one. So the um the hood, I found the hood for $500. The grill, the front grill, I found it on eBay for 200 bucks. The front bumper, I found it on eBay, the exact color of this car. I'm negotiating with guy to see if he's gonna take 800 bucks, and that bumper comes with everything. So it's gonna basically be remove and install. So the rims, both rims, $300 each. That's $600. I believe the tires are okay, but you can't tell from these pictures. We might need to replace that as well. So transmission, service, and replacement. So I put that at $2,500. These transmissions are pretty expensive, and this is automatic transmission. So $2,500. It's basically from a service to servicing standpoint. So it might cost us probably around $3,000 um, to fix the transmission. And the hood and bumper, the painting and all of that, of course, my buddy gives me his own price. So um, yeah, so I guess we'll see how it goes. So yeah, so this is the first on my list. So yeah, I am gonna do my best. I think, like I said, my max bid for this car is gonna be $11,000. So if we calculate that, let's say my max bid for this $11,000. So out of the gate, we're gonna be paying 12,000 290. So going to find out what the MMR value of this car is gonna be. So yeah, let's put all the data in here and see what we're looking at. So basically, we of course this is going to be the west, and let's say 4.5 or thereabouts. And the exterior color of the car is blue. So yeah, so we're looking at the MMR. This is retail price around $36,000. So let's say we give or take 70-80% of that, given the fact that the car is an accident car. So how much are we gonna get from this car? So again, with parts and labor, including the purchase price, we're gonna be looking at spending close to $17,000 for this car. Now the question is, how much are we gonna sell it? Giving three, 4,000, $5,000 profit or even more at 70, 75% of the retail price. So it's actually going to be a good deal. And most of this work we'll be doing it ourselves. So of course you're going to save costs from that as well. So yeah. So this auction, like I said earlier, it's going to start in a couple of hours. I'm pretty excited about that. So this is going to be on our first list. This is the most one um I'm hoping to buy. So I'll let you guys know, I guess, when you see this video come out, is either we bought a car or maybe we lost the car. Yeah, I guess we'll see. So the second on my list is see this other one. I think this one is the flawed one. Yeah, it is the flawed one. So yeah, so this one is actually a flawed car. It's 2024 2.0 380 Autobahn. So this one comes with a manual transmission, and this is the flood line. I'm a little bit skeptic buying a flawed car, even though it says run and drive. It's only a matter of time before the catastrophe start happening. But looking at this car is not bad at all. It's not bad. Um, so this car, it's actually 20,000 miles. That's actually an amazing number. Being a manual car, Golf GTI, of course, that's going to increase the value. So yeah, one question I have, it says run and drive. Yeah, I mean, again, it's a flawed car. You still have to, do your due diligence to make sure all the electricals, nothing is gonna happen afterwards. Because with time, collisions and stuff, yeah, it might not end up being a good deal. So the auction for this car is gonna run on December 17th. So we still have some time to make decisions on this one. But yeah, flawed car is definitely the least on my list. So yeah. So this one right here is actually one of the ones that caught my eyes the first time looking at the car. No airbag is intact. Now I have some questions about that. Um, so yeah, the hood took a big hit, and then looking at where this damage happened, it makes you wonder what hit the car. So all the front end components gone. I don't know if you guys remember. I actually bought the GTI Autobahn, the 2017 one that I recently fixed. That car actually looked like this when I bought it. All the front end was gone. No crash bar, radiator, condenser, intercooler, all that was damaged. So looking at this, I am thinking, what else is this hiding? Right? These cars are notorious to whenever anything happens in the front end, the thermostat, it's definitely gonna take a hit, and that's very expensive parts to buy. So I'm gonna do some calculations to just see how much we can commit to this car. It's not running yet, but I have it on my list. Looks like it's gonna be a great deal. And looking at the frame looks okay. Nothing too shabby. Even if it's misaligned, it's not gonna be too bad because it looks really straight here on the pictures. So yeah, I don't know. This car, it's definitely giving me the vibe of many questions than answers. And I don't like that. But again, that's one thing with auctions that, you see a car like this, you kind of do your due diligence, put the numbers to make sure you're not going to spend too much on parts. Because I learned my lesson from that Golf GTI. There was so many heating, issues that parts that was damaged that I had to replace later. Of course, every dollar counts, right? Increase the number I was willing to spend for the car. So yeah, again, this is 32,000 miles, not bad, given it's 2024. Actually, that's a high mileage. This is what 2024. Is that 24? Oh, 2023. Okay, technically 2, 3 years old car. Uh, so basically around 10,000 plus mile a year. Yeah, it's kind of it has a little bit of high mileage. So, um, again, so looking at this again, my question is, where is the other headlights, right? These headlights, they're very expensive. At least I need the computers, the headlight computers, all right? I don't see the other one here, and that's a concern for me. The bumper, of course, is damaged. That's what's left of it. And yeah, for the most part, this is actually this is gonna be on my list, right? So yeah, moving along. Honestly, this one is the most one calling me. I think is going to be worth fixing. Giving all the damages, and there's a lot of unknowns. I think that's the beauty part of buying auction cars, right? So you just have to be ready for the unknowns and get it fixed. But then on a positive side, the fact that this car doesn't have an airbag bone, that's definitely something that's promising. So again, I guess we'll see how it goes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're gonna call it a day. So the Golf GTI Autobahn, it's running in a couple of hours. Like I said, guys, my max speed there is $11,000. We'll try to stay below that if possible. Hopefully, the car goes less than that. It was on buy it now for 14,000. Of course, it didn't sell, so we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. Another one on my list is this BMW i3. I had that car on my list for a couple of months now. It's one of the cars I've been looking to buy, and this one came up, so I have $5,000 down on that. Looking at the value, we probably can't go above $5,000. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. Hit me up on the comment section. Let me know what you think. Which one from this list of cars you think I should go all in for? And which one do you want me to bring you guys to the channel? There's another car that I actually have on my list as well. I'm going to do a separate video for that. We're ready for 2026. Gonna be a lot of projects coming up. And I'm looking forward to catching you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.